Hey everybody, I am Jeff the Homestead Dad, and I am going to quickly make another water. You want to say hi? Say hi. Another water for our ducklings. With the last one we made, we put into the chicken coop because we're trying to get the chickens trained to these water cups. So I think these, you can buy them at Tractor Supply. I think they're like Harris Farms or something. And what happens is they push on this thing and it opens up and it lets water in. And it works well for ducks because they can fill up this little cup with water and kind of get their beaks in there, especially when they're ducklings. So we're gonna make another one of these. So I have 2 of these cups right here. They come 2 to a package. I have some plumber's tape. I have a drill with a 3/8 inch drill bit. And I have a bucket with a top on it. This is a 5-gallon bucket. You can use a 3.5-gallon bucket. You could use whatever size bucket you want, but you need a bucket. So what we're gonna do, can I set you down, sweet girl? So I can talk to the camera?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. What you do is you take your bucket and you drill a hole up an inch or 2. Okay, hold on. Up an inch or 2 from the bottom. Because if you put it right at the bottom, that's where all the silt goes. So you can have a mess. She wants to see. Let's see if I can do this up here with you. So you put the hole right about here so that any silt that gets in here, anything that gets in here, settles on the bottom and doesn't get into your cup water. So let's go ahead and do that. You want to have a bucket that's HDPE, which is food grade, and the thicker the bucket, the better. I've used Home Depot buckets before. The Tractor Supply bucket I found is not real thick, even though it's food grade. So the bucket cracked. I was able to repair it with some good duct tape, but this one feels heavier.
Turn on another one.
Okay.
Turn on another one.
I'll turn on another one. So we'll see if this is any thicker and if it doesn't crack. Let's get to it. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and try not to let the drill walk around anywhere. Okay, now once it starts to get in, it'll almost just dig in and then it'll just pull itself down. So you got to back it out. And I find if I back it off and run it out real quick, it helps to clean out the hole a little bit. You don't want to make this hole any bigger than it already is, because then you're going to end up having a mess and the cup will not fit. So same thing here. There you go, you run it out, clean it off if you think you need to. Should be good. Okay, so we've got a bucket with 2 holes drilled in it. Okay, now what you do is you take your silicone plumber's tape and you just put a couple good wraps around here. This just helps to fill in any leaks or any gaps that there might be between this and the bucket. I put a bunch on because plumber's tape is cheap, and the worst that's going to happen is that it'll kind of just get scraped off when you put it on. So it should look like that. I don't know if you can see the threads on it, but that's what it looks like. So now we'll go ahead and do the other one and then we'll screw them in. Okay, so we've got our cup waterers, and it's gonna be a really snug fit. So you just gotta kind of put pressure, try to make sure that it stays flat in there and you can get a good thread started before you let off pressure. And you have to kind of push in as you go, like this.
Daddy, I got burned.
You got a burn? Well, don't touch that hot light, baby.
That way.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Okay.
So it's going in. Seems to be going in nice and straight. And then I don't know if you can see, I'll show you on the other one here. There's a little rubber gasket there to help prevent any leaks as well. So you don't want to over tighten this either. You trying to say hi? Here, come back over here and say hi. Say hi. Okay, now watch out. Okay, so what we do is the gasket's still not making contact. Now it's just starting to make contact. So I'm gonna turn it over, and there we go. We've got one cup in.
Hi.
Okay,
Hi.
should be good. This should be waterproof. Let's put the other one in. So here's the other one. Same thing. I'm going to start as far out as I can. Put nice constant pressure while I'm turning it so it gets started. Once you get started, there you go. Just turn it in, righty-tighty, just like you would with anything else. Wait until you make contact with that gasket. So it's about, I'm gonna go one more because it's not making contact. There we go. Now we're making contact. You don't want to over tighten the gasket because if you do, you'll just flay it out. I don't know if you can see there, it's just making good solid contact. So now the real test, go fill this up and see if it leaks. Let's go over to the hydrant. Another reason you want to put these up high enough is I can set this on the ground without having to worry about these getting bent or wrecked or whatever. So that's another reason to keep them up off the ground. So let's put some water in here and see what happens. Okay, the water just came over the top. The good news is I'm not seeing any dripping. Okay, we're about 2/3 to 3/4 full. And I'm gonna bring you guys in here close. You guys can see there is no dripping underneath. So now let's go ahead and push that. See, so they just kind of flick that little thing and the cup fills up. Let me turn the camera around, see if I can get a better shot of that. Would come up here, they'd touch this, and water would come out like that. It's a light, brightly colored thing, so that hopefully they go over and play with it just naturally, and then that fills up. So there's no leaking anywhere, which is great. We'll keep an eye on this, but I'm actually gonna go put this to work right now. Let's go set it in with the ducklings. Okay, so we got our bucket in here, got the lid on top. They've got 2 cups there. The cool thing about this is too, we can very easily fill this by just bringing another 5-gallon bucket over and dumping it in. So pull this out to make sure that the lid seats a little bit. You don't want it all the way on, so it's creating a vacuum. Otherwise you got to drill a hole in here to release the pressure. But once they get used to it and they see there's water in there, they'll keep on going after it, and it should be good. And it should be less mess because they can't just splash a whole ton of water out like they've been doing here. We're actually going to probably have to move this soon because they just make such a mess out of the water. So let's I'm going to back up and see if they go over to it. That's as easy as it is to build a very quick water for either chickens or ducks. I'm not sure if that would work for a full-size duck. I don't know that she would be able to get her bill in there. But for chickens and for ducklings, works great. Super fast for us to make. Like, it took me less than 5 minutes. And yeah, any questions, just leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, click on that thumbs up, the subscribe button so you don't miss any videos like this because they're just awesome, right? Thank you guys so much. God bless you guys and your family. I'll see you guys in the next video.